we're going to be establishing a baseline with one of the most common stances, which is the L stance, okay? An L stance is when your front foot is forward, right? That's why I call it the front foot. And the back foot, it's kind of cantered off, almost at a 45-degree angle, okay? You guys seen this L? Mine's a bit of a J, right? But that's where your differing body types, right, are going to come into play. So your stance is something that is going to grow with you. As you grow as a fighter, your stance is going to change. You're going to become more comfortable in your body. You're going to be learning and listening to your body as it develops and becomes more proficient at sword fighting. Because this is one of the most ubiquitous stances in all martial sports and endeavors, there's a ton of really great ways to learn how to affect an L stance, okay? I'm just going to teach you the one that I like. That's not to say you can't learn the same thing a little bit better, right? This is just the way I like to do it. So I want you guys to spread out a little bit. Spread out. There we go. There we go. Okay. Then I want you to stand up straight. Stand up straight. So all our vertebrae are aligning. Okay. I want shoulders down, chest out, chin up. Chin up. Right? You're going to keep both feet on the ground, and you're going to have relatively or approximately a fist distance between your feet. I like to use the fist a lot because, again, everybody's body is unique, right? And I like to use the fist as a measuring tool that is unique to my body, right? So, approximately a fist distance between your feet. Stand up straight, chest out, chin up. And what we're going to do is, for me, I'm going to use my left foot as my forward foot. I use my back foot as my right, okay? On the heel of your back foot, you are going to pivot to a 90-degree angle. So it should be looking over there, okay? Now on the ball of your foot, you are going to pivot to a 45. One more time on the heel to a 90. And then one more on the ball of your foot to a 45. Now, before we go any further, I want you to look down at your feet. Does it kind of look like an L? Anybody working with any W's or M's right now? Because then we have some problems, right? We gotta teach you the alphabet. No. All right, so we're here. Our shoulders are still back. Now, when I say shoulders back, I don't mean we're locking them. We're relaxed, right? Our chin is still up, our chest is still forward, okay? What we're going to do now is we're going to drop our weight, all right? And what that looks like is opening your hips and your knees here and letting your butt kind of drop as if your butt cheeks are sitting on the lip of a chair, okay? And you're going to come up on the balls of your feet, only slightly. We're not doing the Michael Jackson, okay? No Michael Jackson. You come up onto the balls of your feet slightly. What we're looking for is engagement here. Who's feeling a little bouncy? Who's feeling it? Yeah, who's feeling a little bouncy? That is one of the tactile ways you can tell that you're affecting a good stance, right? Good stance is because we need to be able to move quickly, right? Like a rubber band snapping, boom, to throw shots and to move. You need to move explosively and dynamically, right? This is where that comes from. Being engaged here, right? Sir Shadow, would you do that again? See what Sir Shadow is able to do? Now you may have varying levels of flexibility here. That's effectively what you want to be able to do. The lower you get, the more your hips open and your knees get wide. But look, I'm not getting any wider in my stance. Because if I have a good stance, I should already be in a place where you could drop it down to the flow, shouty. Right? Boom. Here. Notice also the lower I get, my butt kind of pushes out, right? Giving me a stable back. What is one of the most common mistakes people have when trying to affect a good stance?
Leaning.
Yeah, absolutely. This thing. Where's my center of bottom? Where's my center of gravity?
On your front foot.
It's all in my front foot. So that means all my weight's going right here, which means I'm putting a lot of stress on these joints. Right? Where do amp garters blow out the most? Knees, elbows, okay? So, posture. Let me introduce some terms to you guys. Posture, balance, and weight distribution. What you should also be able to do is shift weight comfortably between your forward and your back foot. So what we are going to do right now is I want you guys to play a little bit, okay? Play is the highest form of research, right? I want you to practice shifting your weight and keeping your center of gravity, your balance, straight up and down the whole time, okay? I want you to see how low you can get. And instructors, you guys wouldn't mind mingling.
It looks like your heels are maybe a little bit narrow from the dibs angle. Yeah, so something like that, and then just like drop it down. Yeah, exactly. Just like that. So if that feels, if you can be up on your balls and you can shift around and feel like you can keep just a nice level stance that whole time, that's excellent. Yeah. At some point we'll start doing the little lunges and the steps with it and moving around. But in order to be able to reinforce the basic stance, it's just something like that. And also it's a little but that looks really good. Yeah, so anywhere in between there, what you were doing originally was a little bit more of a square stance, and maybe if you square up with people and you fight like that, that could just be what you're used to. But for this, we're trying to be able to affect being able to jump off at big angles, and the larger your step, the more stable your base has to be, and being able to open up people by taking these big steps and still being in good composure is going to do wonders for shot selection.
You can do that with your front foot, you can do your back foot, you can switch stances. The more time you spend in your stance, the more familiar it's going to be, which means you're going to be able to rely on it without having to actively thinking about it, right? Right? And that's what we want to be able to do. But fighting is hard enough, you know? So being able to be home here at any point in a fight and come back to it, that's really what we want to get to, okay?